All right, this is my 52-inch Hunter original. It is a China-made one and not an American-made one. I got this back in 2012 at Lowe's. I was so excited that day. That was a crazy day. I had been on the hunt for an original for so long from Lowe's. I finally freaking found one. It was on clearance for $210, okay? How much are these worth now? 500. They're about $500. It's pretty bad. And they're not even worth it. I mean, they're worth it, but they're not. I know Hunter has the money to somehow integrate winding motors that were in America into China, because that's what I've heard. Hunter originals were always American made up until mid 2002, and then that transferred over to China for production. And apparently the machines in America that they used to wind windings or whatever couldn't be transferred over into China. So therefore we had to go with China's, and it's not the same. It's just not the same. It's not. Now, I don't know how much of that I have accurate or down correctly. Of course, please correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. I'm always open to that. But yeah. But for those of you that don't know, these are an icon to ceiling fans. They're 50 to 60 pounds, cast iron motors. They last super long. They're really powerful and fast. All that. They're very good fans, and they do you exactly what you need. That's how I put it. Expensive, though. And you got to make sure that you've got a good hook for it and a good mounting system for it, because it's a heavy fan. You can't just hang it on a light box. You're literally fucked. You're fucked if you do that. You're done for. It's coming on your head. But basically what you need to know about these, for those who are kind of not sure about originals, I'm sure you've seen them all around. I used to think they were such cool looking fans. I used to really think they were unique looking, and I'd see them all the time when I was in the South, because that's where Hunter's headquarters are. It's in Texas, Tennessee. Almost all the old originals you see, they're made in Memphis, Tennessee. You'll usually see that on the tag. But yeah, I remember always thinking they looked so iconic, and I'd never realized they are an icon. They're like the longest lasting ceiling fan you can get. It's really crazy. It's also not just that, but it's its lubrication system that really sets it apart. I don't think this has the same one, but most Hunter originals, you oil it through the top, just like this one, and then it goes through a pole, and it has grooves in it, and the oil travels through those grooves and gets recirculated all throughout the shaft and then into the bearings in this oil cup here. And it makes it the quietest freaking thing ever. It works wonders. It makes the fan dead silent. It doesn't help motor hum. It's not gonna. There's always a little bit of motor hum with older originals for sure. That's just gonna be there. It's not loud, People say, oh, my old Hunter original hums. I mean, it's not a bad thing. Part of the issue, too, is people will have real fancy light kits, and the light shades are loose, and then you turn it on, it's like, "Rrr," and then people are like, oh, my fan's noisy. Nah, tighten a few screws, and you're good. I've noticed that a lot in original videos I see. Like, the fan sounds so noisy, but it's because it's got a fancy light kit on it. But anyways, I don't think this does lubricating throughout the shaft like the old ones, because this doesn't have that advanced motor. I am positive when you oil this thing, it just sits in here and lubricates the bearings. I am not convinced that there is still the grooved shaded pole where the oil is being redistributed through the shaft and back through the bearings. I don't think this has it. But if I'm wrong, please tell me. Like, if this 2012 China-made original does have the grooved shaft and it's lubricating through the shaft and the bearings, then that's interesting, because I didn't think that's what this was doing at all. I thought that was only a the 2-amped, not just 2-amped, but the USA originals, the USA made ones. I'm thinking of the 2-amp motor, because that was like the most powerful motor you could get. But yeah, without further ado, let's start it up. What you're about to see is probably the biggest gripe I have with this fan. USA Originals have a very nice slow, low speed. Yeah, this one's pretty fast. It's not even like... I like it because it moves air. I really do like that. But, you know, the aesthetic low really, really was iconic on the old original. It just made more sense, too. It was an actual low speed. This really isn't, like, low. It's a fast low. All right. Medium. It's got the motor torque still. Fantastic. I love that about it. Yeah, this fan is really dry and scrapey because there's not really any oil. Yeah. I'm not going to run it too much longer at all. High speed. High speed's fast, and it does move a lot of air, but I can just tell it could be... The USA ones were just a little bit faster on high. Especially, like I was saying earlier, the 2-amp motors. Those were the strongest original you could get, for sure. Absolutely. Yeah, look at that. There's a little bit of oil there. I don't know how that even happened. It's been sitting on its side in my closet for so long. I'm so glad it's back up. And there you guys have it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys learned a little more about originals, or at least understand them a little better. These are definitely unique fans. They are a huge, huge, huge asset to the ceiling fan community. Huge history.